Hey, sorry everybody for that. Hold up. I just spilled water on my keyboard and nothing was working. But I think I sort of got it right now. So today, um, I'd like to say a few things. Sorry for all the subs that, basically this drama is going on and it's keeping from regular programming. We're trying to get back to that. And hopefully today, I just want to say this pretty much one last piece, and then everything will stay off Sherelle's channel so she can just keep doing what she's doing. If I have to address something, it would come from my channel. And pretty much everything that I talk about today, for these legal reasons, is going to be alleged and strictly my opinion. But, we all adults and can read between the lines and see what's going on. And as everybody knows, it's been a lot of stuff going on, this whole week. So I'm going to try to get into this thing. A lot of stuff came out, and I want to just try to explain a couple things. With me saying the F word, I know a lot of people, I let a lot of people down. I actually did say it, and I let people down with that. But this has been months ago when I was in a heat of rage fighting with a blogger's husband. And right after that video, after I said it, I was like, that's not right, but I did try to find the nastiest word because I was fighting up against somebody who had called me the N word. And I understand that word is nasty. I regret saying it, and I actually apologize and pinned it to the top of my video as soon as I had got off. And then since things calmed down with that blogger, I had got rid of that video. So that's why I really don't have it to show you that I did it. But being a man, I like to apologize to the gay community for using that word, because as a black man, when that N word come out, I feel the same. It's not an excuse. I'm not going to come and say I got family members that's gay. I do, but I'm not going to go. I'm not racist. I got black friends. I'm not going to go that route. The whole thing is I truly apologize, and I ask for your forgiveness. It was bad words on me. You know what I'm saying? But I do understand if you don't accept that. You know what I'm saying? I do understand that. That is definitely your right. And I truly understand it. So I just want to say I apologize from my heart. Words is just as bad as actions. You know what I'm saying? And I used a bad word. I was ignorant. Used that word when I knew it was bad. And really, that was my intent to come up with the nastiest word. That's, to be honest with you, that's why I used it. But regret it because it was only for this one person. Okay.
You didn't direct that to John or Cody.
Not at all. I mean, actually, John knew about this previous because Amber sent it to him. She sent it to all our panelists trying to make people think, well, Perry's this type of person. Perry used the wrong word. Perry apologized for that. But at a certain point, actions, really you got to look at somebody's actions. I never had any actions bad against the gay community or anybody. So, but at the same time, I apologize because that's what I'm supposed to do. But John has used the N word. He has showed hatred towards Muslims. And I would like him to be held up to the same thing. John needs to apologize also. He needs to apologize. John is a total liar, compulsive liar. And he used that video. He really didn't. He gave you the sound. He didn't show you the video or you to sing somebody else on the panel because he wanted to use as if I called him and Cody that. You know what I'm saying? I don't like them, but I wouldn't use those words against them. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I mean, because their sexual preference don't have nothing to do with their attitude. And what I'm going at is nothing sexual. It's not their gender. It's the people they are. So I wanted to talk about that. And then I wanted to really get into, and I want to say this real quick. This is a side note. That Marie Savage, I know we included her and Sherelle could have included her, but she had told us that she has nothing to do with Jen, Amber, and John at this point. So I just wanted to put that out there. Also go over this big thing, like this basically really all started. I mean, I think everybody got the idea. I don't want to go too long-winded with it, but it was John and Monica big plan to expose Sherelle for her marriage, thinking that that would destroy her channel. And it's a messed up thing to do, but people do it all the time. So, and then Monica, I mean, really, I don't know why Monica really still sticking with him at this point, because John has demonstrated a whole bunch of things, like showing up in blackface, um, talking about black things like wigs, weaves, and all these other things. His husband would go out and say, "I'm half black, half white," so he can use racial things like "I like B" and "I like watermelon." John will come find ways to say watermelon and chicken, but he'll try to disguise it under something else. These two are total racists. You know what I'm saying? I mean, in my opinion, that's how I feel about them. And they totally fake. Okay. So let me see. I wanted to talk about that fake drama that he came up with the other day. And this is how bad it is. I think John got a problem with black women. Let me go back.
Thank you, Joanne.
I think John got a problem with women in general, period, especially black women, because John feel like shouldn't a woman, especially a black woman, be ahead of where he think he should be. And with Monica just steady rolling with him, I'm starting to lose a lot of respect for her too, when she got other issues that she might want to address to herself as being I mean, a lot of people are saying she's a fraud at this point and under disguise. That's alleged. She's supposed to be Militia Johnson. People heard this stuff. So like I said, it's alleged. I don't know. But
thanks, Tammy.
That's for her to come clean with. Like, people got things in their past. That's something she got to address. Okay. So I'm just here to address how I'm feeling and the things that's going on in our lives. Okay. So that's pretty much it. I mean, not it, but I mean, as far as John faking this drama over the weekend, it's the same MO. I got a lot of information on John, and John has a habit. John is a disgusting freeloader that lives off cast members, followers, because John refused to take responsibility for his own life. You know what I'm saying? He refused to take responsibility for his own life. And I feel like people give him a pass because him and Cody, and I'm going to say this, people, and I know tragedies happen in people's lives. I understand it. This has nothing to do with nobody else's life. I'm only talking about these two individuals, okay? And these are serious things. DV is serious. I know it's a real thing. I don't condone none of that. But at the same time, people take our blinders off for a second and just see it from a different angle. These people are scamming under the name of these things, mental illness and DV, for sympathy, a place to stay, and money. That's my opinion. Like I said, I'm here just to talk from my experience. Did you guys have anything to say?
Well, I'm still saying that the reason why Monica is being brought into this whole thing is because, like you said, you're here to talk about what's going on with us.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, she was scamming also to get views and to eventually, I guess, get a big channel. So by doing that, and I'm still under the impression that she is Militia Johnson, works for Entertainment Tonight as the 90-day correspondent. I still believe that her and John are in cahoots with each other as far as she getting the information, the private information from Entertainment Tonight and giving it to John, John passing it out among people like Sherelle and whoever else, because I think Monica uses a lot of it on her own channel, and uh, whoever else he uses it, and whoever else he wants to include in that. And all that's their business, except for when it comes to Sherelle because they took that information to me to use it against Sherelle because Monica came on Sherelle's channel.
Mhm.
Okay. And my thought with that is she intended to come on Sherelle's channel, uh, get herself familiar and known, take some of Sherelle's subscribers, take it back to her channel because she immediately, after coming on Sherelle's channel, started her own channel identical to Sherelle's. So I think and then John, brought John on as one of her panelists.
Mhm.
So I think they had a plot. And eventually, after they had come on Sherelle's show enough times to get attention and to get the audience,
Mhm.
they were planning on then going up against Sherelle as a competitor. So it disturbs me to think that somebody's that evil and think that deep, but I'm not naive. That's how people are. And I think that with them having that connection with NT and getting all that ET and getting all the information first, that was going to give them the leg up they thought they needed to make their channel grow and eventually become Sherelle's competitors. And then at that point, see who wins. So that's what I'm still upset about because I think that's dirty, that's underhanded, but that's how the game goes. You know, I'm not stupid. I know that's how the game goes. So if they want to play like that, that's just underhanded, and you probably won't win. That's my opinion.
And what I'd like to say is I don't know John or his people or Cody personally. I only know what I've been shown via these lives, and it unnerves me to see people that see what I see and don't actually see it. Again, I don't know them, but I do know my brother. I know where we come from. I know what we stand for. And seeing how John and Amber want to go out and get pictures of our family, we have a large family. You can see it. They're putting it out there. But you can Google, you can trace, you can do any less one of this large family, and you won't find anything. We were fortunate enough to grow up in a multicultural environment. We were fortunate enough to have all sorts of people. We have a melting pot in our family. We have Black, we have German, we have Asian, we have all of that. For someone to say any of us, especially my brother, is racist or homophobic, that's not true. Again, we were fortunate enough to grow up without all that. I don't know about anybody else. And at the same time, as far as Perry and Sherelle, their empire was built before YouTube and it'll continue after YouTube. So for them to go out and put my family and my nephews and everything out there, I don't like it. But at the same time, they expect for someone and any of his followers that believe you're wrong to fight back. I was brought up where you show out is where you get put out. If we showed out in the grocery store, that's where we got our butt toe up in the grocery store. You see what I'm saying? So if you can go publicly and show out, then you need to be that person enough to be able to take what you think you're dishing out. But the only difference is what you're dishing is lies. What you're dishing is fake drama to have people to follow you. I mean, it's everybody wants to say these reality shows, people are just doing it for the cameras. What do you think about him? Why do you think they do it? But yet still you want to pay for their hotel rooms here, there, another. That you can do what you want to with your money. But I clearly don't understand why you don't see what's going on. Because like I said, I didn't know him, but I can clearly see that this is about publicity for them. This is about ruining somebody else's lives to better theirs. But everybody knows karma is a beat. What goes around comes around.
That's
And
right.
you don't really want to put yourself in that predicament because let me tell you something, honey. Mm. It ain't about what was going to happen with Sherelle or Perry. Think about how you're going to pay for your wrongs in the long run. Think about that. Think about the wrath of God if you believe in it. I don't know. But think about that.
Okay, now I say this too, right? And like, I do have a large family, and I'm sure John will go out and do that because he can't find anything bad that I've actually done. So that's his MO. But let's not forget, I mean, and this, I'm gonna say this. John has a family too that he don't want nobody to know about. And like I said, I don't have a birth certificate, but it's been people that came up to be his stepsister and his stepbrother. Like I said, it's more investigation to look into that to make sure it's actually true or not. But he has a family out there, and they saying basically what they're saying is his story is not true how he said it is. You know what I'm saying? Like how everything went down. And I put that out there. He do have a family too that he want nobody to know about. But I will try to find them and dig into it to see what they have to say. I mean, maybe you guys want to hear it, maybe you don't. But like I said, we'll keep this off Sherelle's channel and let her keep going, because normally I only do one video a week. So even if I did 2 or 3 other videos, I'm not bothering people who don't want to deal with, to have to deal with this drama. And I'm sorry you guys are dealing with it now. And then like another thing I want to say is that really it's time for people to take their blinders off for a second. Because we all, I mean, be honest with you, Jim Jones had a following, and always gonna have a following, and John always gonna have a following. And I got to admit, with John a little bit, I did drink the Kool-Aid a little bit, because you go off the tragedy story and stuff like that. And tragedies are real. I think most of us adults have had tragedies in our life. But at a certain point, people, you can't let somebody live under that title 20 years later and run rampant down the street causing harm and havoc and put it under that title. Oh, it's not me, it's my tragedy. No, it's what you want to do. It's a choice that he's making to be this way. And people will say this tragedies happen and stuff like that. I get it. It's an excuse for him to make money. He's making money off his tragedy. He's getting sympathy off his tragedy. He's going to stay with somebody else right now off his tragedy. John is now on the run, not from me. Half the time, I really believe he's running from himself. I think when this man get up in the morning and go and look in the mirror, when he's not on a drug binge, I think the drug binge keep him from thinking about it. But when he look in that mirror, he see a miserable, disgusting person. And this is not nothing to do with his looks. When he look in this mirror, John is simply looking at his soul, that's a hard thing to think about. And most of us look in the mirror, you see certain things, but sometimes you look in that mirror and you're like, hey, you know what? You sort of see your personality and all this other stuff come up. But John is just miserable and mad at the world because of his life failures. And that's why he's attacking, doing everything he can, because at this point, being 41 in the life scope of things, he's into the second half of his life. And it's hard for him to look at 16-year-olds having more than what he got as a 41-year-old man. That's John's problem. Anybody?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna let Amber get off.
Right. Go ahead, V.
Were you going there too?
No, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm not gonna let Amber get off scot-free on this, because actually she's the whole focus and started this whole mess. She's the first person that doxed Sherelle. And when she found out that Perry and Sherelle were married, she made sure it got around the internet. She also would go into Sherelle's DMs under another name, which she's known for, and would say stuff like, they're married. Does anybody know that Sherelle and Perry are married? She doxed Sherelle first. And then when she found out that Sherelle was having problems with John and they were in a fight, she hightailed it right over there. As a matter of fact, she's all around the internet.
Yes, ma'am.
Trying to be behind the scenes spreading this stuff, keeping this stuff going, feeding John information, feeding this person information, lying to other people, keeping this stuff going because she has so much hate for Sherelle because
Yes.
Sherelle fired her ass.
Right.
And she very well should have.
Okay, let me
So
say something else. I'm sorry, D.
go
I
ahead.
mean, before I forget this thought,
Go
because
ahead.
John know now that Monica slash whatever her name is now sort of
Johnson.
is dissing herself a little bit. He brought on two new cast panelists. That's Amber and Jen. And I just want to say this about Jen.
Mm-hmm.
Jen is two-faced. Everybody's seen on Sherelle's show when she came at it. She's
Yes.
nothing but a clout chaser, nothing but a tramp, will sleep with any married man out there, and been in the process of soliciting two love out the lockup guys already because she's in it for the fame. So she would go and use John's platform or anybody to give her the benefit of the doubt. And that's why she was with Clint. And she harassed Clint, tried to stay with Clint and all this. And Clint don't want nothing to do with her. Clint is in love, allegedly, this the stuff that's out there with another man named Art. Okay. That's the whole thing. But so now she's on the hunt because Clint don't went about his business with another man. She's trying to find something else to lash onto. And I guess until she get to a reality star, John is the next step.
But she had everybody on Sherelle's show feeling sorry for her, crying about how Amber was going to have the people come take her children, how people going to come looking into her living situation. Told Sherelle how the girl was a stalker, how she was obsessed with her, everybody's seen this. So how is it that you going flipping back and forth? Okay, you want to talk about Amber, but what does that look like? And this is another thing I wanted to say too. Everybody knows what an enabler is. When you enable people to do something that they shouldn't be doing, I don't care whether it's drugs, whatever. Everybody that supports them and make them seem like it's all right, you're enabling them. And for Jen to go back and forth to Amber after you on there almost want to cry, saying that this woman is about to disrupt your household, and how she treated you so badly because she had a new friend. Come on now, seriously? Really?
Yeah,
That's why I'm saying she's still. Sherelle fired her 5 months ago, and she's still running around the internet. She's going in everybody's chat. Anybody that's saying anything about Sherelle, Amber will go in their chat and then try to persuade them to be against Sherelle. Give it up, Amber. Okay, go on with your life if you have one. Let Sherelle alone.
Right. And save your super chat money to get into everybody's heads. Because I watched the thing last night where she was on this girl's show and giving super chat so she can say stuff about Sherelle. Really?
Yeah. She'll do anything so she can badmouth Sherelle. So that's her. Jen came on and verified what I'm saying.
Exactly.
And then people are saying, well, Amber, you're blaming everything on Amber. It's all in your head. Amber's not doing all this stuff to you. That's Jen verified it. Jen verified that Amber has an obsession with trying to destroy Sherelle. So of course you're gonna hook up with John and Monica and the boy down the street, whoever, if they are against Sherelle. So people be aware of her. She's poison.
And B, you notice this too? Like the panel he got, let me keep it real. Amber, John, Cody, and Jen are big scammers, and they got something in common. And I know a lot of people want to say, oh, where's the proof that they're on drugs or medication? And people say, and like I said, let's go back to this whole thing. Mental illness is a serious thing.
It is.
And DV is a serious thing. So I'm not saying to nobody outside, I don't want you to try to take my words and say I'm insensitive to these things. I believe in it, but I believe scammers use it for their own reason. Now, it's a common denominator with these people. All of them are on some kind of medication, whether it's prescribed
or not.
Okay. And when a person go down that road, They'll say, "Oh no, I did that because I got bad vision or whatever." They'll come up with excuses, okay? And nobody really want to know. I mean, everybody always say, "Well, how do you know they on these that drugs involved?" Well, I mean, sometimes you can look at their police record and sort of get an idea if it's possible. Like Genevieve Ann Bailey. Now, I'm giving you her name. I would never give somebody this or their phone numbers and things like that, but I'm gonna give her name today. Genevieve Ann Bailey, October 6, 2009, trafficking in drugs. So drugs is, at least it was once part of her life, and now she admitted on Sherelle's show she got all these illness waiting on a kidney transplant. Maybe it is, I don't know, but it could be a lie also.
Thank you,
Because
Black.
that's the kind of person she is. Okay, then Cody, and then everybody also think that Cody is this innocent guy, right? Oh no, John just take advantage of him and everything. That might be the case too. But Cody, if that was the case, he had a chance to escape because when Jarita was on there, he was all, "Yeah, girl, I feel sorry for your pain." If he can see it in her, he should be able to see it in himself. And one of them aligned that day because if John is actually doing Cody that way,
Thanks, Carmen.
then why is John sitting there telling Jarita, "Oh, girl, I feel so bad for you," when he's doing it to Cody at midnight? Okay, so it's a funky situation, but I just want to give you a little background on Cody so we don't always think that he's this innocent guy, right? January 21st, 2014, warrant issued, failure to appear. April 8th, 2008, arrested, court order, possession of cannabis. February 9th, 2007, arrested, 5 counts, driving wrong lane or side, reckless driving, driving while under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Possession of cannabis. June 24th, 2004, possession of cannabis. January 23rd, 2013, possession of cannabis. Arrested in Florida for a probation violation. So I'm only telling you this for a little background so you can say if it was in their past, think for a second, take the blinders off. Could it be still something that's currently going on? Because we all know these two guys don't act normal. And he's coming with all these words. You know, every time John go live, he's popping in with his being half black, half white, with his little racial tones. John will just go on his rants, calling girls bees and everything else, but in a serious tone, not even in a joking manner. These guys are really sick.
And the reason why I know people are saying, "Oh my God, you talking about all this personal stuff about these people." The reason why we are is because they've docked Sherelle and Perry with their home address, with their phone number, with the floor plan of their house. Yeah, docs their child. I'm saying they put everything that they got their hands on out there, starting with Amber, out there in the public. She has no more personal life. Everything is out in the public. So you guys want to put things out in the public? You're not the only ones that can do that. We can do that too.
And my thing is, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, at this point, it won't be on Sherelle's world because you know what? I mean, like at certain points, this stuff can bog you down with drama. And you know, I got to go back and remember, I do have a life. I have a family. I'm surrounded by love. And I can't let a loser like Cody and
Maureen.
John Yates, Amber, and Jen take that away.
That's
go
right.
ahead, Andrea. Drea?
No, and I'm just saying, you know, like you said, you got love, and people might say that those little things that you read, oh, those are charges, this, that, or another. But while they're, you know, going to investigate and trying to find out about your family, which includes me, and oh yeah, it was a big family. Okay, well, with that big family, isn't it amazing how you can't find nothing, not even a small misdemeanor? How about that? I mean, so what does that say about our family?
Well, and then I'd like to say this too.
How about
you right? Let me say this too, because John always come. I got receipts. I got receipts. I got receipts. Well, you know what, John? Off your last the Acting Pony show, why don't you go ahead and produce the receipts of the recording that I hired a hitman. Come on, buddy. That's your last ploy. And you think all this drama, you looking for sympathy and all this stuff. So, you know, I'm go ahead, Andre.
No, but that's just it. Okay. Drama
That's
TV.
funny.
Okay, drama. On the girl show last night, she was even, telling Amber now, even Cody had said, what you want me to call the police for? We don't have evidence. This is what he's saying. The
Thank
girl
you, Share
said it
Truth.
on the video. She said he said it and then came back. And then she said that he said, oh, well, the police was there and they was taking people's names from the looking at the screen. She said, the girl straight up said, I don't believe that either. She said she didn't have a nickel in this dime and that she didn't have any, she didn't know you or Sherelle, but John's story did not make sense. She said that. So, I mean, this is somebody on the outside looking in. So all of his followers, I mean, Jim Jones had followers. That's all I got to say.
And I say this too, and I will be, like I said, on my channel, not Sherelle's, because we're not going to let John just, get all this airtime, because that's what he really wants. He wants subs, views, and all that stuff.
That's right.
But we will be talking to John's alleged dead family members. And we will be in contact with Entertainment Tonight.
Are you going to bring them back alive, Perry?
I know.
Oh, my God.
And, but we don't have to the way John lies. So nothing never really happened to him.
I was going to say, you're a miracle worker.
Right. So, I mean, that's the whole thing. And people, listen to this. I'm only saying this. John would try anything. He would try to discredit anybody because really, in a sense, when we go in with our blinders on and go for the lies and stuff they want to put out there, how they're always victims, and that's their role. A 41-year-old man is bouncing around from hotel to hotel, from cast members to, people's houses, getting money and all that, got some serious problems, and he refused to handle them. Because personally, I think he does it because he's not looking for responsibility. It's just easier being a druggie. You know what I'm saying?
How did we know they weren't running out the hotel room without paying?
Well, we don't know.
Running from y'all.
No, we don't know. I mean, seriously, we really don't know. But you guys got anything else to say, or should we take some messages? Should we?
Yeah, I mean, take some.
Drop some links.
Let's just see how people feel. Like you said, we apologize that things have to go down like this. But again, I don't know anyone that would not protect their family. And that's what I love about my brother. He's definitely a provider. He's a protector. What do y'all expect for him to do? Seriously? I mean, really? Would you not protect? I want one person to come on and tell me they would not protect their family.
And all the drama that goes on about Sherelle, she has not started one thing.
Oh,
it's
right.
always been people coming after her, trying to set her up, trying to pull out that she's married, or pointing out this and pointing out that. She's a sitting duck, and I think most of it is because of the subscribers, the amount of subscribers she has. That people, and let me not forget, she buys her subscribers. That's the big rumor that's going around. I wonder how much that costs, and what do you do? Go to a subscriber store and purchase some? I mean, come on. This is so much nonsense that goes around the internet that just don't make sense, that people fall for. She is not one time started any drama with anybody, but everybody comes after her.
Yeah, so and if you thought she bought subscribers, what would you think? You was going to come on her show and she's going to buy some for you too?
Yeah, or if she's buying subscribers, what's your problem? You should go buy some. Amber.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you.
And that's true, though. And then, I mean, just to touch on that for a second. John been around social media for a while. John come up with these outlandish things to make himself not feel like the loser that he truly is. Okay. Now he'll say Sherelle bought 1,000 every couple of days. Hers only go up in increments of 1,000. You just have so little, like me, that ours go up in increments of tens. So you wouldn't be able to relate that with what's going on, John. being a loser that she truly is.
So you're saying that when somebody gets 10 if their subscribers are below a certain amount, if they get 10 subscribers, then they show that on the
Right. If they got 9, it wouldn't show up until they get 10. It'd be 10. If they got 15, it wouldn't show and say 20. You know what I'm saying? Like
okay.
Sherelle can have 897 subscribers for the day. It won't show until she hit 1,000.
So that's why every
Right.
so many days when she
Mm-hmm.
hits the 1,000, it goes up. Instead of people understanding that, they're going around saying she's buying 1,000 subscribers a
So,
week.
you know why? You know why, B?
Why?
Because every loser has a story.
That's right,
And
Ginger.
whatever make them feel better about them life, ever since we grew up, it's always been this way. Oh, I
Hmm.
only lost because you had on some Air Jordans. You know,
Yeah.
that's it. And John will go back and preach about how educated he is with these 8 years of college. To me, I would think like somewhere I would hope that you would find something in 8 years that you could be more productive instead of house hopping, freeloading the way you are. You are very disgusting.
And
And
this is what I really want to say. Okay, people ask the question, well, why did Perry and Sherelle hide the fact that they were married? For they never lied about it. They never lied because no one ever asked. When they did ask, she told the truth. She told them, but you see what happened. So the answer to that question is you put your private life out there and you see what people do with it. Do you see what people do with knowing your private business? So
mhm.
it wasn't a matter of fact that they was hiding anything. It just wasn't anybody's business. Just like your business and how many times you go to the bathroom date, it's not none of ours. But it wasn't being transparent. It wasn't this, it wasn't that. But as soon as somebody knows who you are, this is what happens.
But what do? They start going and digging into
They
your
start
background,
using,
looking
yes,
into your home, finding how much money you make, how much you pay for your mortgage. I mean, it's a wonder that she wanted her private life private because
that's
of
right.
people out there like you guys that, and you know who I'm talking to, that it as when that stuff is out in the open, it's for everybody to see. People don't want that. The very people that are putting that stuff out there, they want their lives private too. So,
That's right, Angie.
Sherelle and Perry didn't
That's
do
right. They
anything that anybody else wouldn't want to do. They were a normal couple that came on the internet, and that's all people needed to know. They didn't need
right.
to
They were
know their
fun. Yeah.
personal business, how many kids. I mean, that wasn't the part of the deal. But now look,
And
they
right.
because they found out everything is out in the open now.
And at the end of the day, they're individual people. Sherelle has her followings, and John asked the question, well, why doesn't Perry have the same amount? Duh. That's because he doesn't do the same thing Sherelle does. You know what
Perry,
I'm saying?
Perry didn't even want to be on the internet at
Okay,
first.
so that was stupid. That
So
was really stupid. And I mean, they're both two individuals. And that's why people, when they go on Sherelle's show, they know they're going to get it. And that's why she's going back to her classy self and letting him just go to the dust. Because at the end of the day, that's what he wanted to take away and get his little time or
that's right,
whatever.
LeVon.
So you got your payday. You got people, sending you money and feeling sorry for you, enabling, enabling,
Hmm.
enabling. So at the end of the day, please find another victim. Well, no, I take that back because nobody should be subjected to that. But
Right.
I mean, get up off of this. And Amber, really,
Thank you,
girl, I
Laura.
swear. I mean, I don't even know when she has time to be with anyone else because she's always on this internet trying to get somebody to get at you. What do you have time for other than going
The
in
internet.
the box? I mean, because when I was surprised, I just happened to roll up on this other one. And then the girl said, Amber,
Yes.
and then I seen her in a super chat. Well, yeah, well, John, I just got off with John, and he's with someone that's taking care of him. Well,
Yes.
why didn't you take him in, Amber?
Block party on tonight. Yes. The show must go on.
Shoot.
Yeah.
Am,
So
am I? Perry's sister. You damn Skippy. What you gonna do?
Mm-hmm. Right, right.
Not a damn thing.
Okay, sister.
Calm her down. Calm her down.
Hey, so, hey, I tell you what, I mean, but pretty much, I think that's pretty much what I want to talk about. But I think we should maybe take some calls in and see which
Okay.
So, and callers, when you call in, it's not one of those things where we're gonna curse anybody out. Just
Right,
say
right.
it. Let's keep it clean. All right. Okay, I think I dropped it.
Block party. Oh, that's right, D. I got to get ready for the block party.
Yeah, tonight. Yeah, no, it's all good. But like I said, I mean,
It
John,
really is.
I mean,
It really is.
in everybody's life, even
We
at your
sure
job.
ain't leaving. We ain't lost no sleep and stayed up for 4 days. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Trouble.
Hey, we talk to us.
Oh, Lord. This week, the last week mess, I'm so tired of these grown people. I kept saying it. When you let the drugs and the devil get into your life, all hell breaks loose. And I don't appreciate that, other family members are being harassed over this lie. This lie. What lie? There's a difference between withholding information and lying.
Exactly.
It's not like you guys denied it when you were asked. You said yes. And what about it? Nothing else happened after it was addressed. So I don't understand why this whole, they didn't tell me they were married.
Because it didn't work. Because
it didn't work. They
and
thought
you
you were
could not
going to learn
expose
about
her
it.
as a liar. That's what happened.
Like, okay, plan failed. So now you're going to use this for what? Your followers are increasing. No one believes you. You're moving from motel to motel because you realize you can't afford it because you're too busy paying for, whatever. And I don't appreciate that mental illness and DV are being used as an excuse. As someone who deals with mental illness, it's nothing to play about.
It's nothing. That's right.
It's not nothing to play with. That mental illness is a serious thing. And I've had my lowest of lows and it's not pretty, but you don't see me using that as a way to get ahead or as a way to build a sympathy card. No. If I'm at my lowest, I'm keeping myself away. I am not bringing anybody else into my mess. So if you truly have a mental illness, go get the help that you need. Don't sit here spewing on social media like attack this person. They're sending me death threats. Oh, this is where their kids go to school. This is everyone in their extended family and what they do and their social security number and how much they come on their taxes. It's ridiculous. It's too much. All this over whether or not someone told you they were married?
No, it's because they need money.
If they need money, GoFundMe. If they work for Uber Eats and Grubhub, they should be making hella money right now because everyone is buying food during the pandemic. I don't understand why you're still broke. How are you still broke if you're working for Uber Eats? I don't understand. If you truly are struggling, go get the help that you need. Multiple people have offered you help, and you're still acting a fool on the internet, baby.
Okay, and then how is it? I mean, like you said, this and see, people want to talk about serious accusations. When you talk about somebody threatening to kill you and they got a hitman, come on, seriously, people.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Seriously. I mean, if he thought it, he ain't stupid enough. Just definitely, really.
And just like Sherelle said, what murderer calls you ahead of time? Hey, make sure you're home tomorrow because I'm gonna come and murder you.
And
the nonsense about it is just ridiculous. People are smarter than that. I just know.
I would have believed it more if he would have said he come to whip my ass instead of murder me.
Right, exactly.
No.
But check this out. Now, Andrea, go ahead and say it because the back room is full, so we got to go ahead and get these callers in.
Okay, so this whole situation for me is very sad because if they're really struggling with addiction, like just the down spiral of a person, it's very sad to watch. And unfortunately, like you can see it on YouTube. You can see how things go from bad to worse. And as Chelsea said, I hope that he can get the help that he needs. That being said, I'm not sure if comparing him to Jim Jones is the right thing though, because Jim Jones was his profile was very particular. He pretty much preyed on people's like neediness of believing in something because they were like lost souls. So
But he plays
and
on
John is
people
a
looking
lost
for
soul
drama.
himself.
But he plays on people looking for drama. So he's still
Sure.
playing on them. I understand what you're saying. It's a different kind of praying. But a prey is a prey, but it's a molester. But anyway, never mind.
Yeah, I totally agree. And also that it's a misconception that it's Kool-Aid, it's Flavor Aid.
Hello.
Right. So, ladies, thanks for calling. I'm gonna drop you because I got to
Thanks,
get all these
Daddy,
other
Daddy.
calls in.
No
Appreciate
problem. See y'all later tonight.
it. Okay.
Bye,
Thanks.
bye.
Mhm.
Thank you, Fatty Back.
Okay. Who I got?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Lettuce Rose, John Yates, a misogynistic fool who deserved to have his nuts popped in. Honestly, the fact that he attacked Sherelle or you, Perry, honestly, it makes me want to find where he lives and give him the Pennsylvania smoke. He ain't never gonna forget.
Be careful, girl. You're gonna get a police call.
Yeah. I mean, don't give him an excuse to call him on YouTube.
Yeah.
I but I tell him he needs to leave Sherelle alone, keep her name out of her freaking mouth. Or I'd give him a reason to keep running that mouth.
But just to say this real quick. I mean, somebody asked, did anybody contact us as far as law enforcement? The answer is no. No need. Okay.
Okay.
Fine, John.
Who else on the panel? I got to let me see.
I think
Somebody.
I am. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
You know what I want to say? Because I've been watching the whole thing play out, and it is like beyond ridiculous. First of all, Perry, you never attacked that man. You guys were having a debate about this $100,000, right? You never attacked him. You know, you were gracious to apologize to him.
That's right.
And when I was in his chat that night, and you know, the whole chat kept saying, you know, who cares if they're married? You know, some people were saying, I'm glad they're married. You know, they have like a good rapport or something like that. And John just kept going on, and then, you know, that Jack in the Box Cody in the back, he would just jump up every minute and he'd say, hey, if they didn't want to answer, you know, they were making it something that it totally was not. You know, it didn't even occur to me at the time that it probably was a plan, you know, that this was something that they premeditated. I just thought that, you know, like John was too sensitive, because you can see that about
Thanks,
him.
Denise. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Go ahead.
yeah,
Right.
he's extremely insecure. He's always watching the chat and he's always responding to the things. You have to realize that when you're doing something like this, your audience has so many levels of development or spiritual or personal evolution. So, you know, somebody says something mean or whatever it is, you know, you have to just think that, you know, that person probably doesn't even know better. So you can't just, you know, keep following up on every little thing.
Right.
But the most important thing I wanted to say when I call in is that, you know, Sherelle, she has a light inside of her. She's a beautiful person. She gives people a chance. You know, sometimes people will be saying, you know, don't mess with that person. But she says, you know, no, I'm going to give them a chance. I've heard her defend John over and over and over again. But, you know, sometimes some people with darkness inside of them, I'm not talking about like, you know, but you know, just people that their spirit is just not right. They don't have peace. They have chaos inside of them. They just don't respond well to the light that they see in people. You know, sometimes I don't even think that they know why, but you know, they just do what they do. You know.
Yeah.
Speaking of John
Thanks,
Yates,
Sandra.
I was gonna say John Yates is waiting to become someone's boyfriend.
Okay. Okay. Well, listen, ladies, this back room is full. Thanks, Jade. Thanks, Jasmine, for
Thank
calling.
you.
I really, truly
Thank you,
appreciate it.
guys.
I'll see you at
Bye-bye.
the block party.
Oh, yeah, tonight.
Block party
Yeah,
tonight.
I'm
Block
off
party,
today.
block party.
Okay. Okay. Who we got? Hey, what's up?
Hello, how you doing?
Hey, great. Thank you.
On.
What's up, Levon?
Can you hear?
Oh, you coming in and out, Levon?
How about now? Yes. Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
better.
Perfect. So I just want to say I was actually on John Yates Live a few days ago, and he was so nasty and disrespectful to me that I had to do a response video to my, on my own channel. The thing with John is he is racist,
Thanks,
and
Brian.
he had said a lot of things that were racially insensitive. On that particular live that he deleted, he told one of his commenters to go back to India. I'm not even sure she's Indian. It was completely out of place. I don't think that you did anything wrong, Terry. And I want to thank you, actually, as a man, for apologizing. I respect you a lot more for that. The apology meant a lot. With John Yates in specific, he's somebody who is very hurt. You do not expose him, not for being on drugs, because everyone can look at his face and clearly see that he's on drugs. You didn't expose that. He exposed himself from going from motel to motel, and he exposed himself for just being a really ratchet human being. Just because you go to college for 8 years doesn't mean you're educated. And he has proven himself to be uneducated.
No, thank you. And Levon, let me say this too, man. On a serious tip, like I said, I grew up this way, and I knew it was a nasty word. I'm glad that you forgive me for saying it, but seriously, and I posted the other day, it was directed, wrong word, it was my ignorance. Wrong word, but I wanted something nasty as the N word to get at this guy. It was, it was specifically this one person, this blogger's husband. So that's why I said it, but thanks for forgiving me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're all human beings, and it takes a big man to apologize. John will not apologize because he's not a man. He's barely a human being. He's scum.
Thanks,
Okay,
Levon.
anything to say?
Thanks,
I-
spiritual babe.
I saw the live on
Let the pretty
John's-
lady talk.
Sorry. The live that Levon was on 3 or 4 days ago on John's channel was embarrassing to him and Cody.
Yeah.
He was making points that were completely valid and necessary to, but they,
You coming in and out, Amy?
We're losing you. We're losing you.
Can you hear me?
That's
Yeah.
better.
She's so
Yes.
pretty.
Oh no, I love her hair.
They did not want to hear what Levon was saying, even though it was completely correct and valid to the conversation.
Thank you.
And they actually cut him off. Did they cut you off, Levon?
Because he wasn't bashing
I'm sorry?
Sherelle.
Yeah,
She
no,
said, did they cut you off?
Did they cut you off?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, like
They hung up on me.
cut him off off of the live.
He couldn't get the question.
He was in no way disrespectful, and he just said how it was. Basically, he didn't go against John and wasn't disrespectful to you guys, and just sat from an outside platform and said, "This is how it is. This is what's happened." And I think that no one needs to be against each other. And John was
Thank you,
like.
Nancy.
But I saw it, I watched it, and it was ridiculous. And John was like, nope, I'm not having this. And then I don't know whether it was him or Cody / Greg that just like
Okay, well, hey, Levon, hey, thank you again. And Amy, the back room is full.
Absolutely.
Watch 90 Day Fiance. We'll be back tonight. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Hey,
Nancy. I'll be watching.
appreciate it. All right.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay. Let me see. Okay. What's up, Dee?
Dee.
Hey, V,
Oh,
hey,
Dee
Joel.
Dee. Hi, Disco.
Look, I ain't going to be too long, but what I got to say is I did have a look at what's going on. And John Yates he had the people he had on his platform, especially Jen. I don't know how these people can be friends with one another when they all backstabbing one another. That that you understand? Jen came on Cheryl's show. She
Yeah.
backstabbed Amber. You understand? Then she went on John's platform. Then she and Amber made up. Like it's the whole bunch of just backstabbing. And that's their platform should just tell you a lot. That one
All of it, Anna.
apologizing to that one. Yeah, that one apologizing to that
Yes,
one saying I'm
Anna.
sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have gone to Cheryl. This that. So how can Cheryl or Perry be bad people when they only backstabbing each other? That don't make
Mm-hmm.
no sense to me. Because if you, I don't want no friends that backstabbing. Period. Even if you apologize, I'll still look at you sideways because you already backstabbed me. You go on a platform, you spoke about me, and we made up and we became friends. No, the most I'll do to you is say hi, hello. We come on the platform again and we have a conversation and be like, we've apologizing to one another. That should just tell you a lot about them. It says a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Cody and John look like they are on drugs. They really look like it. Because the video he did when he called the cops on Cheryl and Perry, Cody came and sat there. Cody looked like he was discombobulated. Jen was sitting there. Jen looked like she was high off something. I don't know what she was high off. But those people look like they do drugs, and it looks like it affects their every day-to-day life. And they just do things. They don't think of the consequences. Perry and Cheryl is married. So what? What's the motive behind that? Is jealousy? It has to be either jealousy. It has to be something that they had a motive behind it to put it out there. Then you come after the man family and the man kids. What do you expect the man to do? And Perry, I respect you for being the bigger man to come and apologize to the gay community, which is really good. But at
Thanks,
the same
Ramona.
time, you were angry. You didn't, you, like you say, you didn't want to say it in that way. But then John always plays the victim for everything he does. He's like, he looks at the comments. Why is he so much into the comments? Oh, here we go again. Oh, look. Oh, this one. Oh, this. Like, why are you so much into the comments?
Thanks, Macy.
Why can't you just give your take, say what you do? Because people know and see, they see a sheep in wolf's clothing. That's what they see. So that's why they keep on saying what you really are. You understand? So then now you're trying to say like, oh, Perry and Cheryl, this, that. What? Remember, Cheryl asked him that night. Cheryl asked a million times, where do we go from there? After you all had that argument on his channel. And then Cheryl spam everything now. Cheryl
That's
asked
right.
him, where do we go from there? He just couldn't answer because he know what he was saying wasn't making no sense. Why couldn't you answer?
Right.
Why can't
Right.
you? And you cannot give an answer. You cannot say, okay, well, Cheryl,
Mm-hmm.
um, I felt you should have told me that, and
Thanks,
just let me know
Leo.
how it
That
was between you and Perry. He just he couldn't say nothing because he know he was wrong and he know his motive. He know what he was trying to do. And Perry,
Mm-hmm.
continue
Yep.
doing what you're doing. Like you say, do what you do. I love you and Cheryl, V, Drea.
Thanks, bro. We
Well,
love
Drea,
you.
thank you,
now
DV.
because of John, I know a little extra now because he tried to, I don't know what he's trying to expose, but family stick together. I don't know what he's trying to expose. Family stick
Thanks,
together.
Dee Dee.
All I can say to you
Real
guys,
quick. Okay, go ahead.
I, I, that's what
Thank you,
my last
Kayla.
thing is. I ain't gonna. I am sorry that I am not coming on your platforms because I'm just too busy with work. When I get some time, I'm gonna be back. But I still take time to just make sure I support. I like your videos. I like your stuff on Instagram, and I support you 100%. And just don't worry. To me, after some time, you will really see who around you are really there for you and who's not there for you. You always see. And then thank God you're without John Wick. Because from day one, something just wasn't right about him. When he kept on cursing on the show, the more you try to caution him because Terry
Thanks,
wants to get
Andre.
monetized, he just kept on doing it. So that's all I gotta say. Like, just continue doing what you're doing, and I support you 100. You know I'm there. I don't care about John Wick.
Thank you, Nada.
I care about you
I
guys.
got you, brother. I got you. Hey, I appreciate it.
Thanks, Dee
Thanks,
Dee.
Dee
All right,
Dee.
I'm
What's
out.
up, Disco?
Bye
Talk
bye.
to me.
Hey, how you doing? How you guys?
Good, good.
Hi.
I just somebody just asked on a super chat why he went MIA. I don't know if there's a definitive answer, but my opinion would be he went too far with the fake police story. He just went too far with that, And I've been with you guys for a long time. Sherelle, when it was just her once or twice a week doing her stuff, And when this all went down, I've been with 90 Day Fiance 5 years, so I knew his history, but I was shocked to see what he did. And then I had to go through all the videos, like 20 hours of back and forth and ridiculousness and all the block parties. And like, you guys don't even need to say all the bad stuff he does because he speaks for himself. His crazy just like speaks for itself and everything.
No, I agree. No, I
Yeah,
agree. I mean, it is what it is. And John, you know what? You know, in this life, what you put out there, eventually you'll get back. And maybe that's why he in the situation he is in now. You know,
I
and,
think
Yeah,
he's
and
mentally
it was
ill, not
it
on
was a
drugs.
it was
But
a question in the chat room. Is everybody on the panel related to Perry? I'm the one that's related. But if you want me to go get the rest of us, I can.
you have a family block party, a family reunion block party one
I
time.
can.
Well, I think so far we can say it's a good family, you know? I mean, congratulations on 30 years of marriage. That sounds easy. So that's an
no, that's
awesome
good.
thing. We're happy for you.
And hey, thank you.
Yeah. And I just wanted to say I sent you that little video last night. I'm probably going to put together another one. But when I saw that he accidentally admitted in one of his videos, whacked out of his mind without sleep, that he did set you guys up. He admitted it. He says
Yeah.
it. He
Yeah.
said he found out beforehand that you guys were married. So they
Yeah.
set it up to do that, to expose that. So that made me realize he's a lot more devious. And now to think that maybe that other person was helping pull his strings is just
Yeah.
blows my mind.
And he actually called Sherelle and asked her to do a live with her so he
You
could
know
set
what?
her up. Yeah, so he could set her up in front of
Yep.
her own
V,
audience.
V,
And
if you
Yeah.
hopefully
watch
she
that
went
video,
live.
I gave Perry, if you watch that video, I gave Perry, that's the first thing I said in the first
Thanks,
clip. It
Sean.
said, John insisted, or John asked her to go live only.
Yes.
You
Yes.
knew that was the beginning of the setup. That video has everything, all the details, and then him admitting it.
And if you look at that video, you see him coaxing Greg or
To,
Cody
to
to
tell
come
him.
on
Yeah,
out and
yeah.
ask the question.
V,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
V, I made the video I sent last night to you guys. I don't know if you saw that one. And he's pointing, and I wrote the letters on every scene saying, now he's looking at him.
Look.
Now he's calling him over, making sure he's in the camera.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Did
Yeah.
you see
Whole
after that
thing.
though when he admitted it?
Yeah. Whole thing is set up.
All right. Cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
But did you guys notice the drama on his face when she actually answered? You can hear,
I noticed the
you
10
can hear
minutes of
a pin drop.
silence.
You can
He
hear
Yes.
was
a pin
so
drop.
shocked. He was so shocked that that you guys were just okay with it. I think he was hoping that he was going to ruin you or make you crazy, and he
Yeah.
No, he wanted them to lie so that he could
Right.
come and say, here's some paper. This is what, but they didn't. So he got messed up. So he had to go regroup and start another plan.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what happened.
No, that's true. That's true.
Someone just said in the chat that they thought they heard a policeman's voice, but there's a picture that's sitting behind John in that video, and when Cody first went to the door, the reflection in that picture shows that just Cody standing there. There's no policeman.
All
Look
right.
at the reflection in the picture.
I'm gonna put a video together tonight of that so you can see it all in one place with the wording.
That'd be cool. Great.
And the lady
Yeah.
on the other show said, what police? She said, when I stay in the night city, she said, but no police is going to get to me in 2 seconds.
How lucky would we all be?
Yeah. Yeah. No,
I mean,
but
think about
just
that.
so,
Get
hey,
in the hotel, get to the room. Come on now, really.
no, but just, thanks for calling. I'm gonna try to get the rest of these
Thanks,
calls. And I
sister.
really
Okay,
appreciate
guys.
it.
I
And
see
Take care,
puppy.
everybody.
like I said,
Thanks,
thanks for all the
Disco.
stuff you sent me. I appreciate it.
How do we?
Okay. we gotta bring some more people up. Try to clear this room up.
I know, I'm sorry.
What's up, people? How we doing?
Well,
Hi.
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 I think in one of the other shows, Perry just mentioned that, you and Sherelle are loved by an international audience. I just wanted to say that greetings from Sydney, Australia. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning when my phone went off to say
Wow.
that Perry was live just to watch you.
Oh,
Thank you.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it.
So I'm glad I got in just before my kids woke up.
great, great.
But it's been an entertaining train wreck the last couple of days. I watched Sorrel on the way to work And luckily she finishes her shows just before I get there. Otherwise, I think I'd be fired. But you guys are doing a great job, and that's all I wanted to say.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank
I truly
you.
appreciate it.
Hi,
Hey.
this is my first time. I'm
Who is it,
first time
Archie?
caller ever. I'm always with Auntie. I've been here. I'm a big fan of Auntie, and I started watching Sherelle a couple of months ago. And when she did the live that John was in, that he was asking her if she was married to Perry, there was something that caught my attention, which was when he said, "Why did you bring Auntie on?" He was like questioning her why
Was
Auntie
it
was on it.
Boston? Was it Boston Girl?
Hi.
No, another blogger.
And
Oh, somebody's on there right now.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Hi, I actually a friend of mine and I actually have personally spoke with one of John's friends that he lived with. We know her very well. She had started off as a little cooking channel, 90 Day Cooking. And her and John got really close, and he had moved in with her, and she almost lost everything because of him.
Oh my
Her name
God.
is Megan. CPS. Her husband is a police officer, and he's a prominent figure in the community, which was really shocking that he let them move into that house. They have a very large house in an expensive area of New York. I won't say where. And they were allowed to stay, I guess, like in the guest area. And he was helping with the children and so on and so forth. And there was an allegation. Now, I have to say allegation because John said this on one of his lives. If you go back, you could probably find it. It was during the summertime where he had to get up and leave with Cody immediately before CPS got to her house because someone kept reporting that 2 drug addicts were there with her children and he may be molesting one of them, and he went berserk. He said, "Oh, now I'm molesting her kids, and that's why we had to leave, and God damn it, we can't live anywhere without people harassing and tormenting us." Now, Megan, I don't know if they still talk or not. They do follow each other, but she would be an interesting piece of the puzzle for you to bring on because she knows him, has lived with him, and he has wreaked havoc on her life. And how she's still friends with him is beyond me, but I sent you information on how to contact her through IG. I think that would be just unbelievable if you could get some kind of inkling of truth from her about him and the drug use. Yeah, I think that would be huge for you guys. No one has actually spoke to anyone other than Beth, that and Danielle. And Danielle and him had a falling out. Ashley and him had a falling out. Everyone he touches turns to crap, basically. So I sent you, Perry, that information for you to actually follow up with her and see if she will give you an exclusive.
Okay.
I think that's important because then you're going to get right from the horse's mouth someone that knows him, lived with him, and he has almost destroyed her whole life. Her husband is almost like a political figure as well in the community. It's a small community. Everyone knows each other. And, you know, he almost cost him his career. They were calling his police station and everything.
Wow.
So, yeah. So he wreaked havoc on her. And then he was assaulting Cody as well in her home. So.
Yeah, no, I got you.
So I think that would really set you apart from everyone if you could get that information from her if she's willing to share. And I think she would be after everything she went through.
So I definitely check it out. I mean, we're gonna try to get off here in a few minutes, and then because I got to get ready for this block party tonight, and we got to go back. Yeah. We got to go back to having fun like we always do.
That's right.
Absolutely. Aisha was cut off. Aisha was cut off.
If there's something that you learn.
She said bye, remember?
Oh, hold on. Oh no, she's back.
Hi. If there's something that you can take from this is that, because I always like to look at the positive side of things.
But I think she was leaving. Remember, she spoke and she was saying before her kids woke up.
You can't hear her. She's talking now. You can't hear her?
She's still talking, Joelle.
If we learn a lesson from this, which is we all have learned that we learned about his character or lack of, so we can take away that, and he's out of your lives. So that, I mean, out of your lives as much as we can keep them out.
Right.
But you guys keep shining and keep being yourselves, keep being genuine. And from an unbiased person, I saw the whole thing unfold, and I support you guys and keep up the good work.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank
And thanks for
you.
calling.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Okay, I think we got one more caller.
Yeah, I couldn't hear.
Okay, yeah, no, we got one more caller. Hey, what's up? Talk
Hey,
to us.
how you doing? Can you
Hey,
hear me
good,
okay?
good.
I am new to this. I hope I can speak my mind and not offend you
Uh-huh.
or, try to be divisive. I'm new to your page,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe it's because of my profession. I'm a nurse and I
Uh-huh.
work in you want to call it the psych ward. I work with
Right.
mentally ill
Uh-huh.
patients. So I was just kind of taken back when Drea was saying, God's wrath, and she was speaking of God. And I feel like you guys are tearing. I don't know this guy. And I've gone to his page to see who he is. And obviously, he's under the influence. He's having some issues. I just don't understand. I'm 34. We're
Mm-hmm.
all grown. So I don't understand the tearing him down, making fun of him. You see people in the comments making fun of him, and he has an issue. And so I'm like, he has an issue with drugs. That's not an excuse, but that's his excuse.
Right.
You guys are sober minded and you're
Mhm.
still doing this. And I
Well,
just,
I get
I
you.
can't quite figure it out.
Okay, let me answer this way, right? Now, say he's on drugs and he got this issue that you say. But if he came to harm your family members or something like that, would you let that be an excuse?
I wouldn't put it on YouTube. I would go to the police and take care of it. I wouldn't keep posting videos about it.
Okay, so if you went to, well, I understand what you're saying. No, you know what? Like I say, I agree.
I
I
understand what
agree.
she's saying too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
I guess I came to your page because I was on Cheryl's World. I
uh-huh.
didn't know you two were together or whatever,
Right.
but I unsubscribed just because she would cut off callers really fast and stuff. And I was like, wow, you actually reply to comments and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so I wasn't expecting all this. And someone said, girl, please. Like, even the people in your comments can be really nasty, and it's not even
And that's not
necessary,
even our fault. But
No,
don't
I
but
know
just
blame
it's
for
not your
that.
fault. It's just like, wow. So yeah, I guess I'm just trying to say I see you as being a really kind, nice person. I don't want you to get so involved.
right.
I'm a single mom with my daughter, and if someone was doxing me, they call it, I
Mm-hmm.
would be pissed off. I'm gonna cry. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's
No,
okay.
no, don't cry.
You speak your
Good.
mind, sweetie.
I'm new to the channel and I just saw you in a different way. And these past few days, it's just been really different. So I just don't want him to take any of that positive energy that you have.
I
And
get you. I
also
get
just realize like he obviously is like he has some issues. You can look in his eyes and see something's not right.
you.
But just
The
me,
guy
you
that's
said
speaking in
it.
the background is crazy. Like he always has this guy speaking, yelling. I don't know what's going on there, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But just me, you said a mouthful when you said that you have been watching him all this time and you've noticed only these last couple of days that he's been a little off.
Yes.
And so, which speaks volume about who he is. But and at the same
Okay.
time, like I said, you're 34, I'm 57. And like I said, when we grew up, wherever you showed up, that's where you got it. So it's almost, if your child is in the grocery store acting up, you're not just going to let them act up there. You're going to handle it right there.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, yes, it's a bad situation that it has to be done this way. But at the same time, he has to, I'm not going to say redeem himself because people know, but he has to still answer to say, okay, well, no, this is not how it is. And if you really pay attention, it's not that we bashed him at all. And Perry has even said that these things are problems.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because honey, honestly, I'm pretty sure there is some more things that could probably be said. There can more things to be, but it's not. But you still, everybody has a right to defend themselves. And you clearly heard him say that get too much attention, and he's not going to be on Sherelle's world. But at the same time, certain things have to be addressed. And I know some people say, well, this platform isn't, but that's where he came with it. This is
And
where he brought it.
I even wonder because him.
Okay, go ahead,
Let me say this. Okay. Let me say this real quick.
Okay.
And remind you, John brung this to YouTube first.
Yes.
And actually, then if you go back to the very first video where he was saying I offended him, I attacked him, I apologized, because I said, you know what? Even though I don't agree with what he's saying, I respect the person. That if a person tell me they feel a certain way, I can look at it and say I don't agree with that, but I can only take that person for their word, and I apologize to him. So then he took it to a different level, and he did it on a platform to where, I mean, it's a business at the end of the day. That if he want to come out there and put it out there, me retreating somewhere and just let his lies live, it could be detrimental to the business.
I guess I don't know enough, maybe I don't know the details of it. I just see someone, he looks, God forgive me, I just see, it looks like he's been up for days. And when you're up for that long, you can hallucinate.
Right.
And nothing's going to make sense. And so I'm almost worried, like, is he going to hurt himself? That's
basically, Perry and Sherelle did nothing the first 3 days, and he just went on this rant, and he was making video after video after video. Well, at some point, when you're doing that in the public eye, you need to defend your business and your family in Perry's case. So after he continued, and they saw that there was no end to it, that he wasn't going to stop, then Perry came out in defense of the stuff that he was saying.
Exactly.
That's all.
I'll let you guys go. I saw the video where I guess it was like an emergency call or something. Just he already knew in his mind what he was going to do. Like, it was so premeditated. And I don't know. I just
Thank you, Beverly.
wait until you guys get past this and you get back to just doing your reviews. But God bless you all and take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you. We appreciate it. Thanks for calling.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, but I think we're going to try to wrap this thing up. Drea, D, thanks for everything. And I gotta get some rest, and we need to.
Yes, please do.
For the block party tonight. But hey, thanks to everybody for your support. I really appreciate it.
Thanks to everybody.
Like Sherelle said, you don't have to do it. Appreciate it. And we'll talk to you guys tonight. You guys take care.
Bye, everybody.